Welcome back to the epicenter of truth, where we dismantle the lies of the predator and stare directly into the cold, clinical reality of today. We are entering terrain that is as disturbing as it is illuminating. This is a conversation about energy, specifically sexual energy, the high-octane fuel that keeps the narcissist's false self from caving in. Have you ever wondered what happens when that fuel line is severed? When the predator is denied the very essence they use to feel powerful, we are forced to ask the unsettling question: what repulsive, desperate, and pathological behaviors emerge when sexual supply runs dry? Stay focused, because we are about to unmask the scavenger beneath the disguise. Picture a cinematic thriller where the monster no longer lurks in shadow, but stands exposed in the light, hungry, frantic, and unraveling. That is the narcissist cut off from their primary source of physical validation. To you, intimacy is a bridge toward connection. To them, it is a biological theft, a method of siphoning your vitality and stockpiling it inside their hollow core. When you withhold that energy, you are not simply refusing an act. You are cutting off oxygen to their ego. The silence that follows is anything but peaceful. It is the dense, suffocating quiet of a predator calculating their next move in a world that has suddenly gone cold and empty. You have seen the masklet before, but nothing compares to the shift that occurs when the narcissist realizes their sexual currency is no longer accepted at your bank. It begins with a look, a sharp clinical stare that exposes the truth of their desire. It was never about you. It's always about what you supplied. We are stripping away the illusion of sexual supply to reveal the machinery underneath. You are not a partner in their eyes. You are a charging station. And when the station shuts down for repairs, the machine starts to malfunction in ways that are both terrifying and viscerally repulsive. The haunting question every survivor eventually asks is this: who was I really sleeping with? The answer is difficult to swallow. You were sleeping with a parasite that treated your warmth as a resource. Now that the resource is gone, the narcissist enters a state of energy panic. They cannot exist without reflection, and they cannot feel significant without the physical conquest of another soul. This is where the slow burn horror begins. They do not simply walk away. They start to scavenge. They hunt for microscopic doses of energy in the darkest places, morphing into a version of themselves that is almost unrecognizable. Think of the narcissist as a high-performance machine powered by a stolen battery. Once that battery dies and the current stops, the engine begins to lock up. They start displaying behaviors designed to provoke you, wound you, or coerce you back into compliance. This is psychological warfare at its most disordered. They deploy shame, they weaponize guilt, and they use sexual sabotage to try to reclaim control. But they are no longer the smooth seducer. They become a frantic, starving entity willing to consume scraps of your negative emotion just to feel a spark of life. Many people assume a narcissist will simply replace you when supply is lost. While that often happens, there is a lapse, a void where they are suspended in nothingness. This is the gray chamber of the narcissistic mind. During this phase of collapse, they grow hyper-fixated on your energy. They watch you obsessively, scanning for any weakness they can exploit. The disturbing habits we are about to expose are symptoms of a soul that has run out of credit. They are bankrupt, desperately searching for someone, Agnon, to pay the cost of their inner emptiness. Why is this so hypnotic to witness? Because it is the moment the predator devolves into the scavenger. The narcissist, who once stood elevated on a pedestal you built, is now crawling through the mud of their own insecurity. They are tormented by the reality that you have reclaimed your power. Your energy belongs to you again, and that is a direct affront to their imagined divinity. The fatal curse of the aging narcissist is that they spent their youth trading on beauty that is fading and charm that is eroding. Without the steady flow of sexual supply, the decay they hid beneath the surface finally begins to show. We are now crossing into the realm of pathological desperation. This is not merely about a breakup. It is about the total system failure of a personality constructed on the objectification of others. The narcissist is terrified of invisibility. To them, being ignored is a form of annihilation. When you stop feeding the energy they crave, they feel themselves vanishing. This is why their behavior grows so strange and invasive. They are trying to anchor themselves back into existence by forcing a reaction from you. They want proof they still matter by making you feel unsettled, violated, or diminished. You need to understand this to protect yourself. You must see their disgusting habits not as signs of love or need, but as clinical symptoms of an addiction to power. And it's in Withdrawal. The cinematic documentary of their life is reaching its turning point, where the hero is revealed to have been the villain all along. The more you understand their internal chaos, the less power they have to drag you back into the void. We are exposing this hidden knowledge so you can walk away with your spirit intact, leaving the predator to starve in the darkness they created. Stay with me as we move into Chapter 2, where we will break down the raw psychology of why they require this energy so desperately. We will examine the internal battery and the parasitic loop that defines their existence. This is the analytical truth that frees you from misplaced sympathy. The narcissist is not a wounded soul waiting to be repaired. They are a calculated entity that views your very life force as something to be extracted and consumed. The thriller is only beginning, and exposing their sexual downfall is the key to securing your final victory. The lights are turning on, and the scavenger has nowhere left to hide. To truly understand the disgusting habits of a starving narcissist, we must first step inside the sterile, echoing laboratory. The narcissist develops with a void where a soul should reside. This is not symbolic language, it is a psychological fact. They possess no internal source of self-worth. They are like a building with no wiring, dependent on others to flip the switch. Sexual energy becomes the high-voltage connection. It delivers an immediate, visceral sensation of being alive and dominant. Without it, they are a cold, unlit structure, haunted by the drafts of their own insignificance. Imagine a creature that only feels real when reflected in the eyes of someone they have overtaken. For the narcissist, sex is not about pleasure. It is about confirmation of existence. It is the ultimate proof that they can still command the attention and body of another human being. When that supply disappears, they enter a phase of ego disintegration. They begin to feel as though they are literally coming apart. The disgusting habits are their attempt to fuse the fragments back together. Desperate efforts to feel solid in a world that now feels transparent. The narcissist's concealed agenda in every intimate encounter is the theft of worth. They don't just want your body, they want your glow. They want to take your light and wear it as their own. But because they cannot generate light internally, the disguise inevitably fades. They require constant replenishment. Sexual doom is the realization that the doulos is no longer accessible. This sparks a malignant panic. They begin engaging in sexual scavenging behaviors, obsessing over old photos, stalking former partners, or pursuing high-risk, low-value encounters just to revive a trace of former power. Think of it through the lens of a dying sun. In their prime, the narcissist's gravity was so intense that everything was drawn into their orbit. They felt like a blazing god, fueled by conquest. But as access to primary supply diminishes, the fuel runs out. They enter the red giant phase, swollen, volatile, and desperate to consume anything nearby to delay extinction. Their disgusting habits become the solar flares of a dying star, erratic, destructive, and ultimately meaningless. They are trying to scorch you one final time before collapsing into darkness. Their inner chaos forms a feedback loop of shame and grandiosity. Because sex functioned as a reset button for insecurity, they never learned how to process emotion. Now that the reset fails, shame accumulates like toxic waste. They are stalked by the ghosts of the discarded, not from remorse, but because those people represent a potency they no longer have. The energy they once assumed would always be there has become a museum of failure. They are surrounded by tarnished trophies and memories that highlight their present impotence. Consider the metabolic cost of grandiosity. Maintaining the mask requires enormous psychological energy. As they age and sexual supply dwindles, they no longer have the reserves to sustain the performance. The mask grows unbearably heavy. The disgusting habits emerge as it slips in public. They become petty, they become disheveled, and they reveal a bitter sense of sexual entitlement. They believe the world owes them the energy they once stole, and when payment doesn't arrive, they erupt in childish, revolting rage. A predatory exhaustion sets in. The narcissist is weary of the chase, but terrified of the quiet. They have built a life where rest feels like death, because there is no inner peace to rest within. Years of treating sex as a transaction have shattered their ability to attach. They cannot tolerate solitude, yet they cannot truly connect. Every new source of supply becomes another mirror that eventually reflects the same decaying image. The fatal realization is that they are the common denominator in every catastrophe of their life. When sexual supply vanishes, the narcissist resorts to micro-scavenging. This is where the disgusting habits fully surface. They provoke fights just to watch you hurt. They triangulate you with strangers. They engage in digital exhibitionism, posting provocative content online to see who responds. They are bottom-feeding, reduced from hunting big game to consuming insects. Any flicker of energy becomes acceptable. It is a bleak, documentary-style portrait of a predator in decline, stripped of power, and reduced to a nuisance. Why does this matter to you? Because it proves their dominance was an illusion. While you endured the pain of withdrawal after leaving, they were compounding a debt that is now crushing them. The energy they took from you was never theirs. It was borrowed, and repayment was impossible. Now, as their disgusting habits surface, they reveal complete system failure. They are bankrupt by their own design. You are free to expand. They are only free to rot. You are the source of light. They were merely the shadow that tried to claim it. We now move into chapter 3, the dramatic turning point. This is where the mask doesn't merely slip, it shatters in full view. We will examine what happens when the narcissist attempts their old seduction tactics on a world that has already moved on. This is the moment the deadly curse becomes an active collapse. You will witness the narcissist erupt in a rage that is both pitiful and terrifying. The thriller is approaching its climax, and this hidden knowledge is about to become your sovereign shield. The predator is about to realize that the energy they stole was the only thing that ever made them appear human. The downfall of the aging narcissist is a slow-motion tragedy unfolding in the gray chamber of their own isolation. This is the internal panic stage where the disgusting habits fully surface. Without the constant noise of sexual supply to drown out the screaming silence of their emptiness, they are forced to sit with the one figure they have spent their life avoiding, their true self. There's a monstrous stranger. The panic is total because they have no inner resources to tolerate being alone or insignificant. They begin to display self-soothing pathology that is profoundly disturbing. Watch the social fallout as the narcissist devolves into a sexual scavenger. They start targeting people who are much younger, far more vulnerable, or deeply broken. They are searching for easy energy. This is their disgusting habit of predatory overreach. They weaponize their age or supposed wisdom as authority, but what they project instead is predatory exhaustion. They are no longer the prize. They become the creep everyone instinctively avoids. This social erasure delivers a death by 1,000 cuts to their ego. They fade into background noise in a world that once revolved around them. When sexual supply is denied, the narcissist turns to physical and digital intrusion. They accidentally send provocative messages to exes or post desperate, age-inappropriate thirst traps online. They are casting lines in an empty lake, checking to see if the old bait still works. They become addicted to notification sounds and like buttons as substitutes for genuine intimacy. It is a digital shriek for attention. This is a disgusting habit because it represents a total surrender of dignity. They are publicly begging for ego, and the audience responds with pity. Now consider the hygiene of the ego. As the narcissist collapses, their physical and psychological upkeep often deteriorates. Their manipulation becomes sloppy. Their lies grow transparent and lazy. They stop investing energy into maintaining the grandiose mask. This is the disgusting habit of apathy. They abandon the performance yet still demand applause. They move through life with a sour entitlement, complaining that no one understands them or that the world has changed unfairly. They clutch at shadows and curse the sun for shifting. The narcissist enters a phase of sexual bitterness. They begin attacking the very idea of intimacy and beauty in others. They grow hypocritical, judgmental, and malicious toward anyone who is genuinely content. This is the disgusting habit of poisoning the well. If they cannot possess the energy, they want to ensure no one else enjoys it. They become moral enforcers or bitter critics, hiding sexual envy behind borrowed virtue. It is a dark psychological spite that exposes the decay at their core. They rule over a graveyard. A visceral panic also emerges as bodily hypochondria. Without external sexual energy to distract them, the narcissist becomes fixated on physical decline. They obsess over illness and mortality. They begin to substitute pity supply for sexual supply. They want sympathy, caretaking, and emotional labor as proof they still matter. This is a disgusting habit because it is counterfeit vulnerability, used to guilt you into staying. They weaponize weakness to keep you trapped in their collapsing orbit. Watch the script unravel. The narcissist starts recycling the same lines and stories that worked decades ago. They become a walking museum of manipulation. This is their disgusting habit of pathological repetition. They are so disconnected from reality that they assume no one will notice the same seduction routine used on everyone. They are stale and barren. The secret truth is that they have nothing new to offer. They are a broken record spinning in an empty room. Their sexual doom is the realization that the world is bored of them. The narcissist resorts to petty energy theft. They triangulate you with people who don't even exist. They invent rivals to provoke jealousy. They leak fabricated interest from others just to see if you will compete. This is a disgusting habit because of how transparent and desperate it is. They are manufacturing demand for a defective product. Their hunger to feel desired drives them to lie about the most basic realities. They are starving for a flicker of attention they no longer earn. The tone sharpens because the narcissist's final descent is an ugly spectacle. They are losing the war against time and truth. These disgusting habits are the symptoms of decay. They are biological waste being sold as treasure. They are sexually doomed because they never developed a heart. They exist in a world of flesh with a soul made of static. The predator is now reduced to scavenging crumbs in the shadows of their own failures. The thriller is entering its final act, and the scavenger is about to be discarded. We now step into Chapter 5, the final truth and cinematic close. This is where the final blow lands and the focus shifts to you, the survivor. We will explore how their collapse becomes your rebirth. We will offer the closure you no longer need from them. The tone rises, empowering, cinematic, elevated. The narcissist remains trapped in the scavenger's void while you walk forward into the sun. Their disgusting habits are their sentence. Healing is your sovereignty. This hidden knowledge becomes your lasting freedom. The scavenger fades away. We arrive at the final truth, the strike that breaks the spell forever. The narcissist's sexual doom and their disgusting habits are not a tragedy meant to be mourned. They are the inevitable outcome of a life structured around theft. You were never the one who lost by giving too much. They were the one who lost because they were incapable of receiving. Their deadly curse is the confirmation of your worth. Collapsing in the silence of sexual desperation proves that the energy they drained from you was the only thing sustaining their humanity. You were the source, they were the void. True emotional closure comes from fully recognizing their emptiness. You stop waiting for an apology, because an apology from a scavenger is nothing more than another hook. You understand that their sexual doom is the universe delivering the apology on your behalf. The hidden truth is that the narcissist has been dead inside all along. They are a biochemical ghost drifting through a life they never truly lived. Your healing begins the moment you stop looking back at the predator and start looking ahead at the sovereign. You are not a victim of a predator. You are a survivor of an entity that has become obsolete. Empowerment is reclaiming authorship of your story. The narcissist tried to cast you as a disposable battery in their theater of extraction, but you have taken the pen back. You are rewriting your life with integrity, authenticity, and genuine connection as the main characters. The narcissist's disgusting habits are now a resolved subplot. You are no longer competing with the shadows of their frantic supply hunting. You are standing fully in the sunlight of your own future. You have moved beyond the dark thriller and entered a cinematic epic of self-realization. Let us deliver the final truth blow. The narcissist's history of sexual theft was a declaration of insolvency. Every conquest was a confession that they could not afford the cost of a real human being. They remained in shallow waters because they were terrified of depth, but you are depth itself. You can suffer, and therefore you can experience joy. You can lose, and therefore you can love. The narcissist is sexually doomed because they traded depth for a puddle. You are an ocean. Sovereign healing is the cinematic closing of the sacred self. You are sealing the doors of your energy field to predatory frequencies. You are tuning your soul to what is real. When you look at the aging narcissist and their disgusting habits, you feel calm indifference. They have no power over you because they have no reality. They are a glitch in the simulation of love that you have already uncovered. You are whole. You are sovereign. You are free. Their deadly curse is their confinement, and awareness is your key. Give yourself the final closure. I was never broken. I was only harvested, and now I am growing again. The narcissist's sexual doom becomes the compost for your new garden. You are transforming the pain they inflicted into fuel for your ascent. You are becoming exactly who they feared you would be: self-sufficient, spiritually aligned, and completely untouchable. Their deadly curse is the final scene of an empty drama. Your healing is the opening scene of a new reality. You are the alchemist of your own trauma. You are transformed. Think of the survivors witnessing this now. We are a collective of the awakened. We are the light that exposes the void. By observing the narcissist's disgusting habits, we validate the truth of the heart. We end the generational cycle of sexual theft. We reclaim the sanctity of intimacy and energy. Your healing is a rebellion against the predatory matrix. You are living proof that integrity prevails. The narcissist is sexually condemned to isolation, but you are destined for union with self and with source. You are unified. As the credits roll on this psychological dissection, remember the final line. The predator's winter is silent, but the survivor's spring is a symphony. The narcissist is trapped in the memory of an energy they will never feel again. You're entering a warmth that will never fade. Their sexual doom is static, dissolving into darkness. Your life is the signal growing stronger. You survived the curse and claimed the blessing. The thriller has ended. The truth endures. You are invincible. You are home. Let the hypnotic certainty of your freedom settle into your bones. The narcissist's disgusting habits are natural law. You do not need to enforce it. You can release the burden of justice and revenge. The universe is already carrying out the sentence. Your only task is to live authentically, deeply, unapologetically. The predator's sexual doom is the vacuum they created. Your life is the atmosphere that fills it. You prevailed because you stayed human in the presence of the inhuman. You are alive. You are walking out of the graveyard and into a world where your light belongs to you, where your energy is protected, and where your soul is no longer for sale. The narcissist remains behind, a starving ghost in a hall of mirrors, endlessly chasing a reflection they can never hold. They will continue their disgusting habits and desperate scavenging, but they will do so in a world where you no longer exist as prey. Your healing is the ultimate victory. Your peace is the ultimate weapon. And your sovereignty is the final truth. Remember this as you reclaim every ounce of energy they tried to steal. A parasite cannot survive without a host, but a whole soul is a sun that never needs to steal a single spark. You are the fire.